Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to be talking about the BRZ a little bit, going over some of the parts that it's got. So let's get right into it. All right, what we got here, we got a 2018 BRZ Limited. You know, it's got all the goods on it. We have a JDL turbo kit. Everything's wrapped except so you can see just the logo there. Running a Garrett 3076. Is just a regular, it's not a GTX or anything, it's just the standard GT 3076. I chose this for a few reasons. I did mention in one of my other videos. The sound that this turbo makes is pretty unreal compared to the GTXs. They just have a different sound. Just preference-wise, I picked the GT 3076. This car makes enough power where it already exceeds the transmission and the rest of the drivetrain. There's so many other things that you need to upgrade to just maximize on a bigger turbo than this. Like, this is only at 13 pounds. We're making 350 on pump gas. This is not on E85, but just by looking online and looking at other people, they have similar setups with their pump gas numbers significantly less on a dyno jet, and they're making well over 400, some of them over 500 with this turbo. This is a built motor. This is an IAG block. So I had P-tuning install the block. We also have some head work done. We have GSC valve train. So don't have to worry about anything going on there. I do have the factory short block here. That's the VIN number. So that's the factory engine out of this car. It did have a bearing failure. Rods and everything are fine, of course. Obviously, it didn't window the block or anything. But yeah, this is the current setup here. I do have a custom oil cooler that I made. I'm using all set trap stuff. So that's the SUSA Hyperflow thermostatic plate with their sandwich plate down here. I'm running a fluid damper, of course. I always recommend a fluid damper on any vehicle or any build. All it does is just basically smooth out the harmonics in the engine, makes everything run smoother, everything's happier. It's supposed to make the bearings last longer. Obviously, I kind of laugh because I bought this car when it had 900 miles on it, and I put the fluid damper on as like my second mod when it was NA. And then obviously like 2 years later, ended up spinning a bearing with the part that was obviously supposed to keep it lasting longer. But who knows? Maybe if I didn't have that, maybe I had like the factory balancer on there. Like, who knows? Maybe that would have only lasted me 1 year instead of 2 years at the power level I'm at. Running a full Varus AOS. It's the full kit, so it has the coolant hoses that go to it. It also has the drain back down there. I did end up just getting one of these universal catch cans, and I teed off the middle breather hose. This one goes to the back of the block, the back breather where the PCV was. That's just a straight breather now. That goes into this canister and comes out of this hose. Every once in a while, if I'm doing a long pull, it might spit something out underneath the car, but that's why I got this little canister here. It just catches anything in case that does happen. The back hose here, that actually goes under the AC compressor here for the front breather, and then this is the breather hose for that just vents to the ground as well. Literally nothing ever comes out of that. Obviously, we have some cooling stuff. We have a radiator, CSF. This is just like their neck, but yeah, the radiator's back there. It ain't stock. I don't even think there's anything really you can do much more to this car. Like, obviously you could replace like the manifold. I can get different brace. There's a couple other things I could do, but I'm essentially done with modding this car. This is how it's going to be. I was going to put some wheels and tires on it, but I ended up just liking the stock performance pack wheels. I did lower it on some iBox springs. It does have a Perrin front sway bar. You can see the red sway bar down there. And then in the rear, I'm running a white line sway bar and running the white line bushings on the diff and on the subframe. I also have the Perrin steering rack bushings on this as well. But yep, other than that, that's pretty much it. She rips. She only got 22,000 miles on her. Well, 21 and change, almost 22. But oh yeah, tuned on EcuTech P-Tuning boost controller. Have 2 maps on it, wastegate pressure, and then the 13-pound map. And that's it. That's all she wrote. Till next time, guys. Peace out. See ya.